What's up, 8V Audi S3 lovers? I'm Alan with Edge Autosport. This is my Audi S3, and this is a Cobb Accessport, and they are now compatible. So why do you need an Accessport for your Audi S3? Well, if you're looking at tuning the car, getting more power, more torque, this will get you there. Straight out of the box without doing anything, you'll get more power and torque just by loading a preset off-the-shelf map. Or you can work with the Cobb Pro Tuner of your choice and get a custom tune for your Audi S3 through the Accessport. Let's hop inside the car and I'll show you some of the features of this little device. I'm not going to go over the install with this Accessport as it is already installed on this car, but if you do have questions about that, there is tons of information on YouTube and on the internet, on Cobb's website, that will answer those questions. It is very easy. It does take about 30 minutes to install, but once it is installed, flashing different maps takes just like a minute or two. So it is quick once it's installed, but it does take some time to get it installed. For that reason, I do suggest using a battery tender or something like that to make sure that your battery doesn't die during the process of installation. To install, you just plug in your OBD2 to the device and then follow the instructions on the screen. It is super easy. Once you have it installed, you're gonna see this screen here, and it's just gonna have some different things you can do. I'll start with the top. Help is gonna tell you about the Accessport. It's going to give you the details for your vehicle, for the firmware, DSG ID, serial number that you're going to give to your tuner right here, serial number sticker. Installation state is installed, DSG installation state is installed. So it's just about the Accessport. Got button help. That's going to tell you how to use the buttons. Very simple. You have your back button, you have your select button, and then up and down. Setup gives you some options, changed on-off settings, which means it'll turn off by itself when the ignition goes off. I highly recommend doing that so it doesn't stay on while the car's off. You can change your units. You can also reset it to defaults. Gauges, this is the fun part. You can watch a bunch of different parameters, way too many parameters to go through, but you can watch up to 6 on your screen or as few as 1 on your screen here. And have an idea of how the car is running. To get to that, you just go to setup. You can change your gauge layout from up to 1 to 6 gauges. You can change your units here. You can configure data logging. Your tuner is going to ask you to do this, probably to select the specific log parameters that they want to see. In here, you've got DSG, data logging for the transmission. You've also, and this goes on forever, and then as you get down here, yeah, now we've got the ECU parameters, which I've got a few selected already because I am constantly tinkering with this thing. To data log, all you got to do is push this while the vehicle is on and running. Push this button and it's going to say logging. Actually, I think it'll do it with the vehicle off, the ignition on. So yeah, so now it says logging, so I am now recording my car not doing anything. Stop, hit the button again to stop it, and that's a data log. So when you're doing e-tunes, you're going to be doing that based on what your tuner recommends for RPM windows and various things. So for performance, you can do 0 to 60 mile per hour tests, you can do quarter mile tests. Accuracy on this varies, but it seems to be somewhat accurate. It's a nice, fun little tool you can use. Troubleshooting, this is where it gets fun. We've got code you can read, check engine lights, PCM service, relearn functions, wastegate adaptation. There's just several things you can do here. Then we have tune. Here you have a few different options as well. You got adjustments. These are a few different ECU settings. Flat foot shifting, launch control, rev limit slot, traction slip target. So there is some Cobb custom features that are built into the tunes that you can use here. Flat foot shifting is not going to be necessary for the Audi guys because, well, you always are going to flat foot shift. And then launch control, you can change. There's different slot options for launch control that are going to have different launch control rev limits. And these can be set up in the tune. by your tuner, or they will come set up on the off-the-shelf map already, but you can change them or have your tuner change them. You can change here, you can change your ECU map or your DSG map. This does come preloaded with a bunch of features, This does come preloaded with several maps. You can do custom maps, but you do have your simulated stock map. The Cobb Sport map, which is what I have on here now. OEM Plus, which is a little bit better than OEM, or Aggressive, which I will be trying out at the track here pretty soon. I have not made any changes to the DSG mapping yet, as I have not had the opportunity to test that. For ECU mapping, I've made lots of changes already, just going through the process of dialing in the ECU, getting it set up. But it does come with a ton of maps preloaded. Some of these are my custom maps that I've already been messing with. And then of course the off-the-shelf maps, which come preloaded, and there's I think stage 1 through stage 3 right now. There's a valet mode, and then you can restore if you've deleted all the off-the-shelf maps off for your custom maps. You can restore those before you uninstall and sell the Accessport. You can show current map. But yeah, so those are just a few of the features. And then if you're going to sell the Accessport, you can uninstall it. It will completely remove from the vehicle, and then you will be selling a uninstalled Accessport, and you can get some of your money back after you've had your fun and moved on. Okay, so those are some of the features for the Accessport for the Audi S3. It's going to be the same as the Golf R pretty much. If you have any questions, be sure and contact us. We'll be happy to answer any questions you have. If you're interested in tuning, let us know. We'd be more than happy to get you set up with an e-tune or a custom dyno tune. Also, make sure you check out the video where I go through tuning this car on our dyno. We tried out Cobb Stage 1. I made some tweaks of my own, got a little bit more torque, a little bit more horsepower, and then we threw in some ethanol and just really cranked it up just to see what we could do in a completely stock configuration. Anyways, I hope you liked the video. Be sure and like it if you did, and then subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're gonna be posting up some more videos with this Audi S3 soon. So we're gonna be going to the track here in a couple of days. We're gonna get some video of that. So stay tuned, and we'll see you next time.